We put this together at the last moment because we've been working in the kitchen all day long trying to fix a light, which still is not fixed. So here we are, though. We made it. And so, welcome. This is a broadcast I was planning to do maybe a month from now or so. Tonight, I was supposed to have Chris Profi on with me. He had prayer engagements, so he couldn't be here. That's fine. Hope he enjoys whatever his thing he's got going. But so I went ahead and put this together tonight, and so but basically I'm gonna talk about uh, radio broadcast. Now I have a bunch now. Of course, Mrs. Bozz. I'm sorry. Excuse me for being rude. Hi, Mrs. Bozz on with me tonight. Want to say hi? Oh, I can't hear you.
Hey guys, can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go.
Hey, how
Okay.
are y'all?
All right. So Mrs. Bozz on here tonight, and she's going to help with this broadcast here. And so, yeah, I'm going to show some radio. I'm going to show some radio concerts that I have. I collect radio concerts. They're amazing. They're awesome. And a lot of times you have commercials in with them. But I want to do more than just show them. I'm going to talk about the different the different types that they are. And because I was talking with Mrs. Boss earlier about this, and she says, "Don't talk to me about it. Talk to all the people out there about it." So I said, "Yeah, let's do that." So of course, I have radio broadcasts which are pretty much like these. So this was sent to a radio station, and it was never meant to go to consumers like myself or anybody else. It's supposed to go to the radio station. Technically, the radio station is supposed to send it back to the people who send it to them, so they can destroy it, because that's pretty much how the copyright works on these things. But usually, radio stations don't send it back. It sits up on their shelf forever, and when the radio station closes, it ends up in other people's hands, ends up on eBay, and then people like me buy them. So let's
Gotcha.
talk a little bit about how all these work. Hey, Adrian, how you doing tonight? All right. So we have. Let me start out explain a little bit how all this works for those who might not know. So um, we have standard bootlegs. This is a standard bootleg. Okay, it's made very inexpensive. This is a photocopy on blue paper, made very inexpensively. We have labels with nothing on them, right? And not a whole lot of money went into this. Not a whole lot of production went on this, and that's pretty much what a standard bootleg looks like. We also have another. I also have another one here, a Kiss one. This is another standard bootleg. The the cover is cheap. Okay. Uh, again, black and white. Not a lot of money put into it. Again, label's blank, nothing written on it. So sometimes these do have things on the labels. But again, usually not a lot of money goes into these standard bootlegs. But then you have is called gray market bootlegs, and basically these are pretty much like this. Okay, so this is a gray market bootleg. It's by Sticks. If you look down here at the bottom or on top here, I'm bringing up the camera. It says Classic FM Broadcast 1977. So usually these start out as these, which are nothing more than a CD version of one of these. So the reason why they use CD versions is because it's very easy to take a CD and master it and make a vinyl record out of it. It's not so easy to take a vinyl record and record it and then try to master it into something like this. They do it, but it's not done as often. They usually want stuff like this, and this is a Meatloaf concert. I'll take this out and show it to you. It's two CDs, And you see right on it, it says Westwood One Radio Networks. Okay, and it has Joe Sadarini, and Meatloaf. And these what did this look like in concert? Get a lot of the glare in concert. So usually what they do is that they take these CDs, and these CDs are available online. Thousands and thousands of the CDs were made over the years between the mid 1980s through the 2000s, all over the world, because it wasn't just in the U.S. and the U.K. and other places had these radio broadcasts. So what they would do is take this Meatloaf concert on the CD, they would rip it, then they would master it for vinyl, and they would press Meatloaf like that, and you end up on a CD. Now this is a lot different. Of course, I got some liquid here, but all right, a lot different than this is. It's a lot more polished. It's in color. It's not black and white. It doesn't look real cheap. It looks like somebody went into this. The labels are different. They're not a blank label. Nice label. You got a nice back side of this. It has all the lyric. So basically, this was designed for the consumer. And right down here again, it says live radio broadcast. Best of Meatloaf, live at the Bottom Line, New York in 1977. So, yeah, so these here were never made for consumers. These are made for radio stations only. And then people got a hold of them, and they made these gray market bootlegs out of them. There's also some copyright issues with this. Usually this is European pressings, because the copyright in Europe is different than the U.S. and they're not supposed to press them in the U.S. They're technically not supposed to sell them in the U.S., but they do. A lot of times people import them. They buy them from the EU, and they import them in, and then they resell them. So, but what I like the original broadcast, especially on vinyl. So that's what I have here. Again, this is Superstars in Concert. And so this here is, again, this is for a radio station, not for a consumer. So this here is Foreigner, Yes, and Led Zeppelin, as you can see down here. And I'm going to open it up and show you what basically one of these entails. You have different ones. This is Westwood One Radio Networks, which is a very common one. There are several. And so you open it up. In fact, I know you can't see me. I'm not sure where Mrs. Bozz went. Oh, you there? Hey, I can't hear you.
I'm just having problems with my microphone. I'm sorry, but I'm here.
Oh, no. It's okay.
It's all good.
Okay,
I'm just trying to fix it.
It's okay. And of course, chime in if you have any questions or anything else you want to talk about.
Of course. I'm just, can you hear me okay?
No, I can.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it up here.
I think I've got it fixed now.
I want to bring it up here a little bit and put you down the corner for just a moment, so people can get a good look at this. But the kind of, usually with these kind of packets for the radio station, talks about what's on this record, all the different brands that are advertising on this. We have Coke, we have Gatorade, we have Sprite. They're advertising on it, and they're letting them know about it. It says on here, see that you see in the middle here, it says certify that you're going to return it to us by April 22nd, 1988. That's what they expect you to do, is return this to them. But a lot of radio stations don't. But what they do is they actually destroy these, because it's kind of a weird way that the copyright works. They really don't pay any royalties on these. This is for promotional stuff. So because it's promotional, they're not paying copyright royalties on them. So at least that's what I understand the way it works. So that's why they want them to return to the station, because they're not supposed to sell them. They're not supposed to give them to people. It's not supposed to be out in the regular world. It's supposed to be sent to the radio station plays it. It's promotional. It goes back to them, and they destroy it. That's the way that the sequence works. So, and then this has more information about the concert. Tells you what's going on minute by minute. Again, this is Yes. This is Led Zeppelin, and this is Foreigner. So it starts out with Hot Blooded and Jukebox Hero. You can see there, and then in the middle you have Owner Will Only Heart. I've Seen All Good People, Roundabout, and then it goes to Heartbreaker, Whole Lot of Love, Misty Mountain Hop, Stairway to Heaven. So, and these are typically, now this is a 3-record set. Most of these are a 3-record set. So these are what the records look like typically. Again, not a whole lot of money goes into producing these. So let me see if I can't turn it around a little bit so you can see the label right. But that's the way the labels look. Very, 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 very standard, very bland looking label. I mean, it says what it is, but it's not really designed, to catch your eye, because, it's not supposed to be sold to the general public. So that's the.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah, of course.
So that one, that was what did you call that one again?
This is Westwood One Radio Network Superstar Concert Series.
Okay. And that was, what kind of a boot was that?
It's not a bootleg.
That's not a bootleg. Okay, so that's a straight up one.
This is not considered a bootleg. This is considered a promotional concert. It's supposed to go to the radio station to promote these bands.
Okay, that makes sense. So it goes to the radio station, they play it.
They play it, and they're supposed to return it back to Westwood One.
Okay.
To be destroyed.
All right, and so the whole idea is to promote it so people go out and buy the record.
So people know the band and will go out. They can't buy this on a record.
Oh, that wasn't put out at all.
This was never meant to be a record. This was meant to promote the band and their music.
Oh, okay. So just pure promotion. All right.
Pure promotion.
Okay.
So
hey guys, how do I sound? Is there an echo, or are we doing all right?
I think I can hear okay.
Okay. I just wanted to check with everybody, make sure that we didn't have an echo or anything weird.
And we have Adrian talking about wow, and then we have Record Hound here. Mr. Bozz, lots of those transcriptions were airplay only. The info on the paper are called cue sheets. Yes, cue sheets. It says cue sheet right on them. So and
perfect. Thanks, Adrian.
Yep. So now,
made for the person playing.
Okay. What's interesting? We don't want to get anything wet for you here. So, okay, and I'm going to put you down the corner for just a minute. I'm sorry.
No, that's awesome. That's not a problem.
And I'm going to take him off here. So what's interesting is that I have this. This is a Ozzy Osbourne. This is also a radio broadcast, but this is a gray market bootleg. But down here on the bottom, by the way, this is only 150 of these are pressed.
150 of them?
150 of them. And this is number 83, so they're hand numbered. You see down in the corner. Wow. But if you look down here in the corner, I don't know if I can get that up close to the thing. If you see down in the corner, it says, what does it say?
83 out of 150.
Nope.
What else?
Licensed by Superstars in Concert.
Oh.
So this is this.
Oh, okay.
They're not supposed to sell this to the public.
Got you. So that's what you mean by gray market bootleg.
And it probably started out on this, not on non-vinyl. But this is the same thing. This is also Superstars in Concert, but it's a CD version.
So they didn't pay any royalties to the band.
They didn't pay any royalties to the band.
Label.
Nope.
So why did they limit it to 150? I wonder.
So they can make money off of this. Yeah, I know, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. I wonder if that's marketing too.
Possibly.
Yeah, I wonder if the 150 is just bullshit, and it
No,
was
I don't
just
think
meant
so.
to
There's not a whole lot of these made available. I mean, you
really.
got to remember, thousands and thousands of these are out there. They can make so much money. I've seen hundreds of Ozzy Osbourne gray market bootlegs like this. Some of them that they press and they press and they press forever. Some of them are like this, only a limited edition, and they can make a
Hmm.
lot more money off of this.
How did they distribute them?
This one was pressed in the EU.
Hmm.
So I bought this from Juno.
Okay.
.co.uk. So I bought it from a company in the UK. It cost this one here being a triple box as a box set. It's a triple LP,
Right.
and it's Ozzy Osbourne. But I bought it brand new. I bought it for $60. But now today it goes for 3 times that.
So when was that pressed? Can you tell?
I know it was recorded in 1992.
Okay, so that was the live when
That
they
was
recorded it,
live,
but you can't tell when the actual
yeah.
vinyl was pressed.
Sometimes on Discog it'll show you. I bought this
Okay.
about 4 years ago, I think.
Okay. I was just
So
wondering if it
and
was
Juno sells
pre-internet.
recently released pressings.
Okay.
So it goes directly from the pressing plant in the EU to Juno. So if
Even
I
though
bought
it's a gray
this,
market, they don't have a problem
it
with
doesn't
that.
matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And I got to remember the laws in the EU are different than the laws in the US.
Okay.
So what's
Well, and
illegal?
and it's just as good as anything. I mean, there was always bootlegs. People always, even Columbia House got, skirted all of those laws.
Columbia House did pretty good. It was K-Tel skirted a lot of laws.
Was
Although
it?
Columbia House did have its murky little areas, but at least
Mm,
they were more up and up than K-Tel was.
okay.
Because we have Hound Dog here. I know he was in he was in the radio business. All royalty radio shows are paid by the station. Account just as they pay the song. Oh, really? See, I thought since it went back, since it was supposed to go back to the radio station, I figured
Mm,
that they wouldn't pay any royalties on these because it's a live
mm,
recording,
mm.
not an actual. I mean, live
Yeah, but it's
recordings.
still intellectual property, nevertheless.
Yeah, but live recordings have a different phonographic copyright. Now there
Mm.
is a copyright for the written music and for the lyrics, and so they might have to pay
Mm.
those royalties.
Oh, okay.
But as far as paying for the song goes, I don't know how that works. But
Oh, I
anyways,
don't know.
but anyways, another one I have here, real quick, I'm gonna show you which is really cool. This went out to radio stations too. Holiday greetings from Epic Portrait and CBS Family, and this went
Mm.
out to radio stations. And this was a bunch of artists from the time. I don't know when this came out. I want to say this came out around, it says 88. This came out in 1988. So all these bands on here that you're reading, all these bands had season greetings, and what the radio station did is that they took some of these greetings and played them on their air like they were in their studio.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so this has the Greg Allman Band, Cheap Trick, Alice Cooper, two Alice Coopers, Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, two of those, the Famous Thunderbirds, Stevie Ray Vaughan. It has Weird Al Yankovic with two greetings.
That's
Aria
cool.
Speedwagon, Quiet Right, Ozzy Osbourne. He has two greetings, so it's very very cool.
Hmm.
Very very
So, do
cool.
they use those just like sound effects,
Yeah,
and they have them on the turntable, and they can just line them up and go? Was that
they will record it from here onto a cart,
okay?
which is a tape.
Yeah, man, I would love to ask Record Hound a couple things. He said he worked in radio for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, now right before that, Adrian was saying something about the band didn't make any money off of it, and that's talking about the bootlegs. Explain to me. I've been around him for 20 plus years, but I still am learning about the bootleg. So there's gray market bootlegs, there's black market. Is there anything else? And the band doesn't make money off of any of that. The label doesn't either, right?
Well, there's also counterfeits,
Yeah, and then you've got pure counterfeits where they're just straight up stealing.
and that's a type of bootleg.
Okay. So I thought that would have been black market, no?
Well, I mean, black market, gray market, it's a type of bootleg.
Okay.
When you come down to it, counterfeits are bootlegs, standard bootlegs are bootlegs, gray market bootlegs are bootlegs. So
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
back in the day, you could just get a good recording of a live concert and then do your thing with it if you had the equipment, right?
yes.
But
I mean, a lot of these were on tapes like this.
do they contract with vinyl record producers to press their bootlegs? I've always wondered how that works.
No, maybe Record Hound can go ahead and come in and talk about this, but the way that,
Yeah.
and
I
I've
would
read a
love
lot.
to I'd
I've
love
read
to
a
pick
lot, and I
somebody's
had
brain
some
about this.
friends, when I was younger in the radio business that I talked to. So,
Mm.
but basically, as far as I understand, that yeah, they would pretty much they
Yeah,
would
you
make
don't have to
money.
speak on it if you're not sure.
Well, they
I've
would
just
make.
been curious.
First of all, it's different today because they're
Hmm.
so far behind in what they're pressing because
Mm.
they got 50 pressing plants pressing for the whole entire world. Back in the
Wow.
60s and 70s and 80s, they had hundreds of pressing plants. So they had a lot of
Wow.
downtime, especially at night. So a lot of times what they would do is someone say, "Hey, I'm gonna
Oh,
give you $500. Do you think you can press some of these? I'm gonna give you this tape here. I want you to
okay.
I want you to press. I'm gonna give you $1,000. However much they're gonna make, you know. But and then at night they would come in and they would or during the day. It didn't have to be in the
Right.
dark of things, but sometimes it's after hours. And
Okay.
and they would take this tape and they would create a an acetate from it, and they would create
Mm.
a mother and a stamper, and then stamp records,
Okay.
and
So
then
it's
they
under
would
the
make
table,
money.
basically.
They would
I'm with
make
you.
money still.
All right.
You
So it's
know,
under the table. So you're not going to have a
yeah,
record label coming after a pressing plant because they're doing it
it's technically illegal, but
right.
who's going to really
Of
catch
course.
them? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
So
hear you.
I
Especially
mean,
back in the day.
labels do get caught.
Let's see.
So
Record Hound says licensing goes in several directions, especially for putting out vinyl. You have to own the recording, but if it's a band's performance, you have to pay for their music and the
music,
lyrics.
that's a C copyright. Yes,
Okay, so
that's the little C.
that's
That's the
all
little
right.
C.
So that's how
Right.
you pay for their IP, their
Yes.
intellectual property. All
Yes,
right.
because the little P is for the actual recording itself, but the little C is for the
Oh,
lyrics and the music.
hmm. Got it.
So yeah,
That's fascinating to me. I could so wild, especially whenever you're comparing like analog days to today, where everything's digitally, ripped off and pirated and everything else. So it's just a little bit different today than what it would have been 20, 30 years ago.
yeah, it is. But this whole gray market bootleg thing really took off in the mid '80s because
Mm.
companies like Westwood One decided, you know what, we have all these CDs in our vaults, and whoever bought them has this intellectual property. And they
Hmm.
know that the laws over in the EU were different over here. They couldn't legally press this onto a record in the U.S. because it goes against it goes against
Right.
copyright laws because it was never
Same
meant.
reason why
It was never
LimeWire
meant. But
wasn't based
in the
here.
EU, it was legal to press them as long as they got permission from these people.
Right.
So they paid
No,
these people for the CD,
yeah.
but they didn't pay the royalties usually to the band, but they paid for the CD. So,
Jeez.
so these companies still made a little money by selling these CDs overseas,
Well,
and
the band gets
and
screwed half a way. I mean,
and
every
they
way that you
press
look at it, the
and
band gets screwed.
and they press these and they sell them and they sell them in the EU.
Okay. So it's just business people making money off of the band, and the band doesn't get a dollar.
Well, you know what? They hold the intellectual property on the CD. They created the CD. It's theirs.
Hmm.
So they're now selling the CD and making money off of it. But the laws in the EU said they can do that, and the laws in the US said you can't do that.
Yeah. Well, like I said a minute ago, it's like LimeWire and a couple of other more pirating stuff that happened at the beginning of this century. All of that was in other countries, so they didn't have to mess with the laws as well. I
Now,
think like Mega Drive and all these other places that are all in the cloud, all the internet places, those aren't in this country either. I don't believe, so they can skirt
some
the
of them
laws as
are.
well.
True,
Yeah.
but these are now so prolific. These gray market bootlegs are so prolific. It's
Oh.
like whack-a-mole. They have tried to. They found some pressing plants over in the EU that were not doing what they're supposed to do. They were getting these off
Mm.
of the eBay instead of buying them from where they're supposed to. They weren't even paying for these to the
Oh
people
wow.
who own them, and they were still pressing them. They were skirting those laws. That's the agreement they made, and they weren't doing that. There were a few
Mhm.
arrests here and there, but very few. Mostly, it's
Yeah.
run amok. And nowadays, you can go to Amazon and buy these records.
Yeah.
Amazon sell these gray market bootlegs, even though they're not legal here in the U.S.
Well, there's a lot of stuff Amazon has on their platform that is illegal as hell
Yeah, but it's just so
until it
prolific, they
gets caught.
can't.
Same with eBay.
Yeah, it's true, but they can't.
Yeah.
They can't. It's like a fire hose. It's like trying to stop a
Right.
fire hose with your hand. It's not going to
Exactly.
work.
Well, and
So,
now Walmart, since Walmart's copying Amazon, they're doing the same thing. You've got all kinds of crap that's popping up on the Walmart.com site, and half of
uh,
that is, it's
yeah,
crap.
but a lot of those are third-party sellers too.
Oh yeah,
Not
it is third party
not from
sellers.
Amazon
Absolutely.
directly. So,
It has nothing to do with Walmart or it has nothing to do with Amazon, but it's still being sold on their platform.
right. So
Right.
I got some more of these concerts on vinyl. Since I'm
Cool.
a vinyl channel, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to showing you some more of these.
Great.
So this is one that came in today. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and I want to turn this around. And once I
Oh,
show
one
it,
more thing before you get into that. Hold up.
yeah,
Record Hound was saying that he had looked into pressing vinyl for
yeah,
reissue 45s, and he
yeah.
learned a lot about
Oh
copyright.
yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you definitely need to come on the channel one day, Record, and
definitely.
really, we would love to have
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'd love to have you on.
And then he said something about it'd be nice if Walmart Canada had vinyl. Yeah, it would.
Now I watch a guy that's in Canada. What's his name, Shalon? You know him. With the glasses. Channel 33 RPM. He says some of the
Yes,
WalMarts do have vinyl, but not all of them.
but maybe not on the
So I don't
website.
know.
I'm not sure. Record Hound, are you
No,
talking about in store or are you talking about on the .com? Probably the .com, I
I
would
think he's talking
imagine.
about Walmart, Walmart in Canada, but of course Canada is pretty big too. But I think
Yeah.
he mentioned that some of the WalMarts had vinyl, but maybe not.
You
So
were gonna, yeah. We were just talking about Canadian vinyl this week. We were
yeah,
having a pretty
yeah.
big
I
conversation
was going to
about it.
have I was going to show some Canadian vinyl with Chris, but that didn't end up being.
No, but
So,
we'll do it. You'll do it again soon.
yep, I agree. So we're
You
going to
had a
go
lot.
ahead.
You were talking about some really cool stuff. I think that's going to make a great show whenever it comes up,
Oh
guys.
yeah, I don't want to get you totally off. There you go.
No, it's
Let's
fine.
bring it
Put me
back.
down.
So this is one that came in the mail today. So what I do is I usually I don't buy these as often. Based on what I see here, you're going to think that I buy them like crazy, but I don't. This is almost 10 years of collecting these, and I really don't have that many for 10 years. That's because I always look for the deal. Usually these can go as high as 70, 80, even $100 for these, but you can find people selling them eventually for under 50 bucks. This one was about 45. So it just depends on who's selling them. Some people might not know what they have, or maybe maybe they want a quick sale. So, but I
So
generally
what's the why so expensive? Is it just because it's
they're hard to come by.
rare?
Remember, they were supposed to destroy these.
Okay.
They're supposed to go back to the radio station to be destroyed.
And
And a
it's
lot
because
of
it's live.
and
It's
a
a
lot
live
it's
version.
live, right? And a lot of radio
Got it.
stations did, and a lot of radio stations did what they were supposed to do. They sent them back to the radio stations to be destroyed.
Okay.
So basically, most of these got in out in the public because a radio station closed and they sold all their vinyl to somebody, and then they bought their whole vinyl collection, and they ended up selling them on eBay.
Wow. Gotcha.
Okay, and
Yeah, those are cool.
it's very common to see these for 100, 200, even 300 bucks.
Phew.
So most of these, there is one on here that I did spend $100 on, but the rest of them were below 50.
See, I'll make one more statement and
Yeah,
then I promise I'll shut up for a minute. But
you're fine.
he is so good at finding deals. He is so bloody good at just digging through and finding all of these different great things. He doesn't spend a lot. I think that's where his genius is on this. Is I think he could teach a lot of people how to have a collection like he has amassed without having, a huge paycheck. It's a skill, being able to collect and not have it make you broke.
You just gotta spend time searching.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's a lot of tips and tricks there that you've
Oh yeah,
learned over the years.
yeah. So this is
All
one
right.
I
Thank
just
you, guys.
got. No problem. So this is Westwood. This is also Westwood one. This is a Dr. Demento show. This is a full Dr. Demento show. It was syndicated. Usually, what the way it worked is Dr. Demento would go into a recording studio, record the show. They'd press it on these records and then send them out to all the radio stations all over the world, and then they would play these. And you might even think Dr. Demento was in that studio, but he wasn't. It came from these records, and that's what these records look like. There are hundreds of them out there because Dr. Demento was on the air for what, 20 years? So
I have no idea.
A long time,
Long time.
and some of these are on CDs, I believe too. But I'm a vinyl collector. I'm not huge on CDs. Okay, that went on the floor. So and this is a double LP set, so it's 2 LPs. And I wanted to show you both of these. Let me see if I can get behind me and get this up. Oh, I fell on the floor.
Just let it be.
This is gonna be fun. All right.
Why do you need it?
All right, I got it. So, I'm back. We have Warp Dog here. Got a few Dr. Demento shows. Yeah, I got 3 Dr. Demento shows altogether. At least in this kind of format. So, but again, same thing. It says this is for the show is number 8613. Westwood One Radio Network. Dr. Demento for a broadcast March 24th, 1986. So it tells them when they expect this to be broadcast. And they have all these songs. Let me get rid of this. Sorry.
Yeah.
They got all these songs from. I bought this one specifically because it has a mini interview with Dr. Demento. I'm sorry, no, I take it back. Has a mini interview with Word Al Yankovic, as well as an interview with his father, Frankie Yankovic. Yep.
Oh, that's weird. I've never heard anything from him before.
Yep. So it's an interview. It's an interview with is it? But I think it's Word Al too. It may be just his father. Frankie, see, that's why I bought it. I thought it was also Word Al. I was an interview with Word Al as well. But it might be just his father. But you see on top here, it says interview with Frankie Yankovic.
Yes.
Interview. So, anyways, either way, I'm a huge Word Al fan, so that's why I got this in. It was a real good price, actually. So I jumped on it. So let's get started on the other ones here. This is another one. This is another Westwood One radio broadcast. Superstar Concert Series, 3 LP set. This is Rod Stewart. Broadcast date 10/13/1990. Now, Westwood One made these on vinyl for about a little over 10 years, from about 1982, I think, through about 1993. So maybe 11 years.
I love whenever he puts these on, because it sounds like you're listening to an old radio broadcast with all the ads.
Here's a sheet.
Yeah.
And this one is a little different than the other one.
So, Record Hound says that Frankie wasn't related to Al at all.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So that's funny. It's got light beer, Miller Lite on there.
I know, exactly, because they got to make their money somehow, right?
Yeah, they're going to have ads all throughout it. But some of them are quite funny.
This also has Blue Diamond almonds.
Oh, funny.
Ad. So, yeah, we got that one there. So that's.
I get a lot of nostalgia whenever I hear those on when he's playing them, because you don't hear all of that anymore like we did back in the 80s and 90s.
So, okay. Frankie was not related to Al at all. Okay. But Frank Yankovic, he was a polka. He was a polka, right? A polka
Hmm.
guy. So it's weird because it says Frankie Yankovic interview, Grammy record of the year, Word Al Yankovic, and then Frankie Yankovic interview continues. So I guess Frankie is talking about Word Al for some reason. But Word Al does do polka stuff in his material. I think Frankie Yankovic is a polka guy. So
Yeah, I just looked it up. He is a polka guy. It just says he was not related to his fellow accordionist, Weird
okay,
Al.
gotcha. But I wonder if he was influenced on him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Here's another one. This is one of the odd ones. It's only 2 LPs. It's also Superstars Radio Network, but this is Loverboy,
Hmm.
and this is broadcast date 1991. So and I don't know if this has a paper with the lyrics on it. This disc is a little different because this is put up by CBS, but it's still demonstration only, so it's still radio station.
Okay.
But it was 2 discs. So we have that one back in here. Let's see what else I got here. Have Sticks. This is the one I paid $100 for. This is the very first one I ever bought. And I only bought this one for $100. I know my wife's gonna kill me. Only because
It's kind of hard to hide from me when I'm on here.
Do you know how often these come up for sale anywhere?
I'm sure.
I've never seen it. I've seen one other one for sale. I bought this one about six years ago, and I've only seen one other one come up for sale, and they wanted 3 times the price for it. They wanted $300.
That's crazy.
So this sticks one does not come up very often for sale. So that's why I wouldn't have to spend $100 on it, because I was afraid that it would I'd lose out on it. And Sticks is my favorite band. So I really wanted it, and I didn't want it. There's been some where I lost out on them because I didn't buy them. So lately there was an Aerosmith one I was looking at, and I was hemming and hawing, and it was $40. And I was like, do I want to buy it? Do I not want to buy it? And a couple of weeks went by, and do I want to buy it? And I finally said, okay, I'm going to buy it. Went out there, and somebody else bought it.
Ah, that sucks.
So I missed out on an Aerosmith one of these, but it is what it is.
See, now I would have loved that one. Like I said, I like whenever you've got these on because it's a lot of nostalgia.
This one I also came with an advertisement for it that would have been that would have been in a magazine somewhere for this concert by Styx. Actually, it was in Billboard, I guess, because the back of it is Billboard radio singles. So it's advertising this concert. And this is basically, if you know, Styx Caught in the Act, which is the very first commercially available live album. This is this concert. They took this Westwood One concert and they put it on that album, and A&M, I guess, licensed it and bought it and put it out. But anyways, this is the sheet here, and there's some songs on this album that are not on the Caught in the Act, including like Cold War. So that's pretty cool. But again, this is what the record looks like. There's 3 of them. So,
my favorite part is the big boom box, like 1982 boom box in the middle of it.
I know. So I'm gonna put this in here. Like that. What else do I got here? We have Led Zeppelin. So this one's a little different. Even though it says Superstar Concert Series, I got a hold of one of these boxes. It is Westwood One, and I bought this one. I bought this record, believe it or not. I bought this record in 1992. And this record cost me $40. Today it goes for almost $400.
Jeez.
See, because it's Led Zeppelin.
Of course.
That's the lyric sheet from it that I printed off of because it didn't come the lyric sheet, so I printed off of Discogs since they had the track listing. So this is a little different. Let me bring it out and show it to you. If I can get it out. Come on. All right, there we go. So this is actually not superstars in concert. This is simply in concert. You see, it's a little different. It says in concert.
That's wild. I like that.
Westwood One, just in concert. So
Neat.
these didn't come in boxes. Usually these came in white sleeves, and that was it. So I got a hold of a box because I wanted to put this in a box to protect it. So it's close because it is Westwood One, and it is a concert in concert, not the Superstar Concert Series, but
Gotcha.
I'm fine with that.
I was gonna say it's a bootleg. I don't think it matters.
It's not really.
Well, it's not a
bootleg.
bootleg. That's not a bootleg.
It's
I
not,
shouldn't say that.
yeah, it's not a bootleg.
Not a bootleg.
So this one here is
Oh,
a recent one I picked up, Pete Townsend.
that's cool.
I really got this one for free. 1989. I love Pete Townsend. So it's the box. You know, they're box sets. You know, it's 3 LPs.
Hmm.
And this is it has Westwood One material inside the box.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
So this one has the this kind of label, the Motor Light label on it.
Yep.
And turn right side up. So how I got this one free was this. So I bought this on Discogs. I think it was $35, which is a really good price for this. And the seller sent me, what happened over here? The seller sent me this, which is Tommy, which is more. This is more. This is like a $50 album. So, but this is not what I ordered. I didn't order the Who Tommy. I ordered Pete Townsend. So I contacted the seller and I go, excuse me, sir. Why did you send me the Who Tommy when I actually ordered Pete Townsend? I said, do you have the Pete Townsend? He goes, yeah, I do. He goes, it was my mistake. Why don't you go ahead and just keep, and I didn't ask to keep it. I would have been happy to send it back to him. He goes, why don't you go ahead and keep the Who, because it was our mistake, and we'll send you out the Pete Townsend. So,
Oh wow, that's great customer service.
So technically, if you want to think about it, the Pete Townsend I bought, and I got this one for free. But this is the
Wow.
Who Tommy from, I don't think this is right. It says 10, 13, 15. I don't think this is from 2015. He's got the wrong date on here. So
Sometimes you find sellers that just give astounding customer service on eBay.
okay, so this is October 13th to the 15th. That's what it is. But it was broadcast date 1989. So this is the Who in concert, broadcast date 1989. Who knows when it was recorded? Because that broadcast date doesn't mean it was recorded in 1989. It could have been recorded in 1970. So and sometimes when they play the record, it tells us in the performance what year it was recorded. It doesn't tell us on the paper. So who knows when this was recorded? This is an interesting one. This is the only one that came with an actual envelope. I don't know why this was in there. It's kind of cool though, from Westwood One, I guess, in case you need an envelope. But it's actually the entire do I have the Tommy? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'll figure it out. So, anyways, yeah. So, anyways, it's just it's the album Tommy, but done live. So, pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the Who. They did a Tommy tour in 1989, I think. Yeah, so this might have been from that. Awesome. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Who. How about you, Miss Bozz?
I am very, very much. I like Tommy. I love Tommy, actually. That record and the show. I just thought it was so unique. Now, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that they did the album first, Tommy, and then they created the movie, right?
Well, it was 3 steps.
Okay.
And I had the other one over here in the corner. I can get it out, but I'm not going to.
That's fine. It's not a big deal.
I don't know the year. I think it was 69 or maybe 68 when Tommy came out. And that was the Who. So he came out with
Mhm.
this album called Tommy. It was a
Right.
orchestral, huge production with a story and everything.
Hmm.
And I think it was 1968 or 1969. Then around 1972, the London Symphony Orchestra, or one of those orchestras, I think it was London Symphony, I'm pretty sure, but may not have been. And I have the album behind me. They redid it.
Oh.
And they had several members of the Who performing on there, as well as from what I read, originally it was supposed to be Rod Stewart. Originally, it was supposed to be Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart was supposed to sing all the songs, I think, or the majority of the songs. And when they developed it, it ended up being only Rod Stewart did only one song, and that was Pinball Wizard. But they redid the entire Tommy album again with the London Symphony Orchestra, and they had Roger Daltrey, and they had I think Pete Townsend was on there somewhere, but they also had like I said, Pinball Wizard was by Rod Stewart. They had other people on there performing songs, other guests or artists, and they redid this in 1973, 1974, or 72 maybe, and then they eventually, in about 75 or 76, I don't know the years, they came out with the movie Tommy. And that
Oh.
was made again because now you have Elton John singing Pinball Wizard. On the original
Right.
album, you had The Who singing Pinball Wizard. On the second album, you had Rod Stewart singing Pinball Wizard.
Hmm.
In the movie, you had Elton John singing Pinball Wizard. So yeah, now you
Okay.
have now you have three albums called Tommy.
Oh, I knew that
So
they had redone it for the movie, but I didn't know all that other. Wow.
yeah, they recreated the movie and they re-recorded the entire Tommy again.
Wow.
And actually behind me I have it's still sealed. I think it's Roger Daltrey. Roger Daltrey redid Tommy with the youth orchestra.
Oh, that is so cool.
So
Yeah. I can watch that over and over again.
yes, yeah, I got the also box set too. Yes, it's pretty nice. Up in his head.
You got cobwebs there, record?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
Oh,
That's not
it's up
good.
here. They did Tommy in 19. Yeah, he's talking about the concert I had. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, anyways, so we have that. I have another Who. This one here is actually a radio broadcast. I don't know who did this one,
Who did?
but Who? Yeah, I did. But this one was actually for regular commercial sale. But this was joined together. This is from the 1989 tour, by the way. But I think it's different from this album. I don't think this is the same album. I think these are different. And this
Well,
one has.
it's not the same recording, I wouldn't imagine.
I don't think it's the same recording. It's the
Okay.
same. It might be the same tour, but I don't think it's the same recording. And
With
this
you.
has the first two albums on here were from Tommy, and the third album had more of the Who's. I can see from Miles, Joined Together, You Better You Bet, Behind Blue Eyes, Won't Get Fooled Again. The last album had their hits, but the first two albums
Mhm.
were Tommy. So,
Okay.
but it was live. It's pretty cool. Bring it up for all you Who fans out there. I love the Who.
Yeah, I do
So
too.
got that. And let's see.
It's really good.
And I just threw that in. Here's another one I got. And this is kind of like the same way the other one was. This is Genesis.
Hmm.
But this is the same way. I got a hold of the box.
Oh, okay.
But this is an in concert, not radio station, not radio broadcast networks. It's actually in concert. So it's
So it's
12.
basically another Franken record.
Yeah, usually the in concerts are two LPs, and the other ones are three LPs.
Mm,
So again, you can see it just says in concert for
okay.
if I can turn it around, if you can see that.
Got you.
Let me see if I can bring it up here. Because it is a cool looking label.
Neat.
So in concert. But this is Genesis from 1989, I think. Let me see. This is Genesis with the BBC. December 5th, 1988. Well, that's the broadcast date. It's supposed to be so, but this has
Like that.
I think the first LP is older is older Genesis with maybe with what's his face as a singing and the
Townsend?
no that's the Who. This is
Oh, I'm sorry.
Genesis. What's his
Genesis.
face?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What's his face?
What are we talking? You're
Shock the
talking about the
Monkey.
lead singer of Genesis?
Shock the Monkey. What's his
Yeah. Jesus.
No.
Okay, we've got cobwebs, man.
I know. What's his name?
Okay, Record Hound.
The original lead singer of Genesis before Phil
Yeah,
Collins
honey,
took
I
over.
we were just talking about this 2 days ago. What happened to me?
Anyways, I think
Hold
the
on.
first LP is older Genesis and
Peter Gabriel. Thank
yeah,
you.
Peter Gabriel. And
Jeez.
the second album is newer Genesis with Phil Collins.
Yeah, Phil
So,
Collins. That I remembered.
but it's real nice getting this concert. And I wanted to get the box to put it in. So
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea, actually, doing that.
if you want to know how I got these boxes,
Is that a story?
they weren't free.
Of course.
So now
It's just like buying sleeves. I mean, I'm sure everybody that's watching right now has bought old sleeves.
So basically, if you go to Discogs, the cheapest ones you can buy of these are usually the Eddie Moneys. They go about $25 or $30. So what I'll do is I'll buy one of these Eddie Moneys. I think one I paid like $15 for. So and it'll come in, and I make sure that it doesn't have Eddie Money written anywhere, because sometimes they write in these boxes. So, but these will come in, and I'll take the Eddie Money and I'll send it to VCLT. The one that this one came in, I just sent it out to Procat.
Gotcha.
So I sent it to VCLT to Procat, the Eddie Money. That Eddie Money concert I already have is in here. So
of course you do.
But and I did the same thing with the other one, the Led Zeppelin. That was the Eddie Money one too. I don't know why the Eddie Money ones are so cheap. Anyways, we have Bryan Adams from 1985. So I'm gonna go a little faster.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna open all these up because it takes a lot of time. But I'm just gonna go and show you the ones I have. So this is Bryan Adams from
I see now. I love Bryan Adams.
We have oh, this is a little different one here. This one is not this is how I arrived to the radio station, by the way. They just sent to the radio station in this box.
Oh, that's a cool box.
Yep. This is how I got it from the seller.
Radio networks. What does that say? DR? What is DR? I wonder. Direct recording?
ABC radio networks. I don't know what DR stands for, but
could it be like direct?
This is from the ABC radio networks. I have another ABC one here too. That's a little different. That's ABC as well. But yeah. This is ABC radio networks. DIR broadcasting. So, and it says the radio station here. This got sent to WEZX FM in Scranton, PA. But this here is 38 special. So this is how it was sent to me in this. You see, it says this is the 38 special right on it. And they had this box in there. I'm not sure why that box is in there. It's probably a promotional. It looks like a VHS box. So, but that came with it. Yeah, it says VHS hi-fi, so it's brand new. But this
so that was a VHS recording of the concert.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably the same concert for promotional reasons. Wild-eyed and Alive was the concert.
I like that artwork. It was neat.
Yep. And so this is for broadcast date in 1985. So this was the King Biscuit Flour Hour for the ABC radio networks. So that's what it looks like. 38 special King Biscuit Flour Hour.
Neat.
And this has a bunch of the hits on it. This has Well, if it theirs is a little different. They put all the commercials on the front and then the tracks on the back. So this one has take him out, back on the tracks, rough Houston, caught up in you, wild eyes Southern boys, undercover lover, back where you belong. So you can see the track listing there on the bottom, and they give you some more information here about the concert.
Mhm.
Again, they want these back. They want you to send this back to them. So
That's wild.
because you're not supposed to keep these. So they're not supposed to end up in the hands like someone like me.
Yep.
So, but as with everything in life, things don't always happen the way they should.
That's it. Because humans we are very unique animals.
Got
We do
another
what we
one
want to
here.
do.
This one is Huey Lewis on the News
Nice.
from 1984, a 3 LP
Yeah.
set. Like I said, I'm not going to open it up here because our time is getting pretty short. I could be here for another 3 hours if I open them all up.
Absolutely.
This one is Eddie Money, but this one is Eddie Money and 38 Special together from 1987. So again, it's a 3 LP set.
I wonder if there was just a whole lot of Eddie Monies put out, not necessarily the number of one, but multiple Eddie Monies. I don't know.
I don't know why they're so cheap. I mean, you can get them as
Weird.
cheap as $15. The one I got for 15 and the one I got, I think, for 30. So
Well, that'd be a good one for everybody to get to just see what it's about.
Yeah, like I said, I sent one to Chris Profi. I sent 3 out. Did I send 3? I sent 2. Kind of about 2. I sent one to Chris Profi and I sent one to Procap.
Okay, cool.
Both Eddie Money.
Neat.
And this one here is Robert Palmer
Yeah, it's nice whenever we get an extra thing in that we can send it out as VCLT.
from 1988.
Yeah.
That one, so that's that one. We have
Like that.
Night Ranger.
Ooh.
Night Ranger broadcast date 1985.
Yep.
We have
Record Hound was talking about good Canadian content.
yeah,
Loverboy and Brian
I love
Adams.
Brian's concert from '85. Adrian said, "Ed's good." I'm not sure what that is. Peter
Talking
Gabriel,
about Eddie
yeah.
Money because we were talking about the
gotcha.
pricing
Yeah,
of
yeah,
this
yeah.
stuff.
The Canadian content here. Loverboy, Brian Adams. Oh yeah. Night Ranger. Isn't Night Ranger also Canadian? I thought I read that, but maybe not. I don't know.
I think they are, aren't they? Let me look.
We have Journey, another hard one to come by. I
No.
flipped my lid when I saw this one because this one was going for a little more. I think this is going for 55. But usually this goes between 100 and 150 when you see these online. So a guy had it for 55, so I went ahead and bought it. But this is a Journey from 1985. So
Yeah,
very cool.
no, they are not. Night Ranger is American.
Okay, I wasn't sure. This is a very, very cool one, and I'm gonna take a second to talk about this one. Very, very cool one. So this is Foreigner from 1991. And this is the cue sheet. Sometimes I put them in plastic. So in 1991, Foreigner came out with an album called Unusual Heat. I don't know the guy's name. Was the guy's name on here? If not, I'm going to be brain dead because I did not recall the guy's name. I don't think it's here. Anyways, that's my bad because I should know. So anyways, in 1991, Foreigner came out with an album called Unusual Heat. And Lou Gramm had left the band at this point. So another guy joined the band and replaced Lou Gramm, and he came out with this album, Unusual Heat. I think this is the only Foreigner LP that he appeared on. This has some live tracks from Unusual Heat on here because he was with the band in 1991, and that's when this one was recorded in 1991. I don't know how many concerts are out there with this guy with the band, because he was only on one album, and he was with the band very, very shortly, not very long at all. I think including the album and touring, I think he was just with them for 3 years, or 2 or 3 years. So how many concerts are out there with this other guy performing with the band, especially performing tracks from Unusual Heat? So it's a very, I think it's a very uncommon a very uncommon record with this other guy. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was just with the band for the one album. So and he is performing with the band on this live recording. That's very cool.
That is neat.
We also have Eddie Money,
Gotcha.
1985. This is
Eddie
one.
Money?
This is the one I keep buying over and over again. So I think this one I bought for 30. The other one I bought the ones for 30, and another one for 15. So anyways, from
There just must have been
1985,
just a shit ton of them out there.
maybe I don't know. But since
Well, it's a good intro. It's a good intro, so you can see what radio station program sounded like and remember. It's nostalgia. It's nostalgia.
Sure. Well, since
Love
my goal was to get an empty box in good condition.
Well, we're not going to talk about your goal. It's not
My-
necessarily the best
my
idea,
goal,
but
my
it
goal
worked.
was to get an empty box in good condition. So I went out to Discogs and looked for the cheapest one I can find, because I didn't care what group was in the box. I just wanted the box itself.
I hear you, and it the ends justify the means, I
Yes.
suppose, right?
And it ended up being a concert by Eddie Money that I already had. So
Yeah, and you passed on the record, so it's not that bad.
sometimes these boxes, this guy sent it like this, with just the top of the box.
Oh my God, look at that!
So
That's funny. It must
at
have
least-
disintegrated the rest of it.
yeah, but at least he sent it with the top, so at least I have something.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
That is
I'd be buying another Eddie Money.
Isn't that funny? You're gonna buy it just for the damn box, and the box is screwed up.
I know. So,
That's
but
funny.
this is a Starship.
Eh.
So this is a Starship from 1986. Again, a
Okay.
triple LP. So this is the sheet for
I see.
Starship.
I love how they give that. That is so great. But it's meant for those notes, like he was talking about.
Yeah. Well, they all came with these, but some of them, sometimes when they sell them, it doesn't come with these sheets. I have a few of them, so I'll go to Discogs, and they would usually have the track listing. So it's better than nothing, and I would print that out and stick it in the box. So at least I had a track listing when I was playing them.
I'll tell you, your records are so bloody cool also, because he'll put like little cards inside of the record of the album, that'll like list different things, talk about different stuff. It's just so neat whenever I'm going to go play one of the records when he's not home, and I'll go and there'll be a little card that has like little notes about, or it's so cool. I love that.
Well, sometimes I'll put the condition, like, let's say the A side is like mint, but the B side, the first song has a skip on it. I'll take a little card and I'll say B side, first song, skip. So that way I know that when I remember, next time I'm going to play it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think that's brilliant.
Yep. So we have, it was awesome. What does this say?
Talking about the show. He was talking about he went to Brian's concert in '85.
Oh, I went to Brian's. See, I missed what she said here. I thought she said she wanted his concert.
No.
Okay.
Talking
cool,
about Brian
Adrian.
Adams.
I apologize, Adrian. I missed that. So yeah, cool. Yeah, I would love to see him in concert.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, awesome. He's still touring, isn't he?
I'm sure he is. He's probably what, about 55, 56?
Maybe.
I think he's a few years older than, well, maybe he's older. Maybe he's 10 years. Maybe he's 65. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, I know Demento retired, what, last year or this year?
This year. Just months ago.
Yeah, I know you go out and hang out a lot in the Demento boards, which is pretty neat. Talking about all the different things that he's released or not released or done or not done. It's just neat to hear it all.
Yep. I played. I put up 145 on my channel. Novelty 45 that the Dr. Demento had never heard of before, and he contacted me and he goes, "Hey,
Yeah,
what's that 45?"
that is cool.
So that was
Well,
that
that's
was pretty
what's so
cool.
bloody cool about I'm going to get on my soapbox. That's what's so bloody cool about 45s over LPs. I think it's each record has its own little individual song. A lot of times it'll be the same song, but it's its own version. He's got 15 45s, and that's probably exaggeration, but he has a lot of different ones where it's the same exact song, but it's a different version. I
Yeah,
love that.
I have several that way.
Yeah, I love that.
And so I have
I've had him do that for me a few times where I'm like, this is one of my favorite songs. Do you have more than one version? And if he does, then he'll play all of them for me, and I get to hear the different sounds, the different way the artist was playing with, with what he wanted it to sound like. It's just, you can't do that with vinyl LPs. You can't do that with CDs. A lot of times, you certainly sometimes you find different versions on YouTube or Spotify, but not often. And so that means that just 7 inches, that the 45s is where you're going to be able to collect different versions
in
of
the
the same
years of
song.
45s that were made, anyways.
This is true. This is true, which
Now,
makes it even more rare,
now I
in my opinion.
have a Dr. Demento record. Dr. Demento actually put out several of his own albums with compilations from songs that he played on his show.
Mm.
And he had a song on there called Star Trek, which was Peter Ferreira and Bobby Boris Pickett from the Monster Mash.
Okay.
And it was a Star Trek parody. And I heard it originally on this album he had. I think it was maybe either Dr. Demento Royale or one of those albums. I heard it, Star Trek. Well, I always love finding 45s of things I hear on Dr. Demento. I actually tried to find them, and I went out. I was on eBay and I was looking for Star Trek a couple times, and they're not easy to find. And I finally found one on this like pizzeria label. It was a 45 of Star Trek. I said, great, I finally found Star Trek. So I bought it. And hold on here. We have, yes, you're so right. Don't know if 45s are different. Yeah, a lot of them are. I agree. Yep. So I found this Star Trek on 45s. So I bought it and then came in and I played it. It was different. It was the same song, but a couple of the lines, they switched lines that Peter Ferreira said originally, and then Bobby Boris Pickett said back to him. It was reversed. Bobby Boris Pickett said his line, he said his line, and you picked up on little nuances because it's not the same in inflections. So I knew it was a different pressing of the song. I go, well, this is awesome. Now I have two different copies. So I started researching, and they say, yeah, there's another yellow 45 that has the one that's on Dr. Demento. So that one's a little harder to find, but I looked for it for a couple of years and I finally found it. And I bought it. So now I have two Star Treks, right? But recently I bought another LP. I'm trying to remember what the LP was. It was just more novelty songs. And it had Star Trek on it too, but I didn't buy it for Star Trek. I bought it for the other songs because I already have Star Trek. I have two copies of Star Trek. It's got to be one of the two copies, right? So I bought the record. It came in. Of course, I'm going to play the whole record. I don't care if I heard Star Trek 1,000 times. I'm going to play it again and hear it. It's an even earlier version of Star Trek.
Oh,
it's a third version of the song.
Damn.
So I never heard before, and you can tell that I think it's one of maybe the first version because it's definitely not as polished or refined as the other two copies were.
Wow.
And it was cool that it was another copy of Star Trek by Peter Ferreira and Bobby Boris Pickett. So
well, that's like Weird Al with his first song in the bathroom. That version of it is so much better. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you remember, God, I can't remember the name of the song right now, but I gave you a 45 for Christmas or your birthday one year, maybe about
Lunatic
10 years
Fringe.
ago. Yes, Lunatic Fringe. And you were surprised that the version I found was a different version than the one you were expecting.
Yes, you found the Tommy Cochran Life is a Highway. and the B side had a live version of Lunatic Fringe. Tommy Cochran. Now Tommy Cochran is the lead singer of Red Rider, who Red Rider did a Lunatic Fringe.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have up to that point. I didn't have the live as a Hollywood 45, so I wasn't even aware that there was a live version of a Lunatic Fringe on the B side. That's what you had bought for me, which is great.
Okay.
I was like, this is awesome.
That was the only one I could find at the time, and I had to scour for that one.
Well, that was
but I finally found it.
That was earlier in the eBay time. I mean, we met in 2001, and you bought that for me in the first year or so that we were together, and the first year we were married. So
yeah, I think it was like 2005, 2004, something like that, maybe 2003.
So,
I don't think it was 2003. I think it was 4 or 5.
Yep.
But anyway, the point being is that was my first introduction to that there was different versions of the same song on 45s. And after that happened, and I realized, oh, I'm sorry, did I get you the wrong version? And he's like, no, I'm happy that you got me that version because it's a different one yet that I didn't know about. So, and I'm sure he went out. I'm sure you eventually got the one you wanted.
I eventually got Lunatic Fringe, the original Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider on the 45s. And it's not that common to find because, believe it or not, in the U.S., it didn't chart. Because Red Rider is
probably why I had a hard time finding
it. Is a Canadian band.
Oh, there you go. There's another Canadian band.
Is a Canadian band. It didn't, and I don't know if it charted in Canada. In Canada.
In Canada. For all of you Canadians,
yes. I don't know if it charted in Canada
or
not,
Canada.
but Lunatic Fringe did not chart here in the. I don't think it even charted in the top 100. Know, maybe above 100 because they do count that. I think it goes as high as 200, but usually they don't. Yeah, you have to buy a billboard to see that. But I don't think I know it was in top 40. So, cool. But I don't know if it charted in. So that's why the 40 usually 45 is top 40 fare. It's harder to get things that are on top 100 or even that didn't even get to the top 100. The bubbling under stuff. Those are a lot of times are not on 45s at all or briefly released on 45s. So it's harder to find
we've got a couple of people that have talked a little bit here. Let's check it out. So let's see. Where are we? Okay, Record Hound was talking about Dr. Demento shows. So he's got several unreleased and hard to find tracks.
Yes.
And then he also was talking about, let's see, Dunhill 45s are different from the LP versions.
Yes.
Yeah, and do you know about he knows about the Pizzeria Star Trek. I never heard of it. Tom Cochran did a Canadian only album in 73 as Cochran on the Daffodil label. That's neat. Now what's I've never heard of the Daffodil label. Huh. What you got there? Are you frozen? Okay, he's frozen. I'm not sure if I'm still on here, but I think I am. So let me take over. Ooh, man, I've got to take over his channel one time. What do you think, guys? Should I take over the channel just for a minute? Like, send out a cool video showing you, like, really getting in there and showing you his room. Because whenever I'm telling you guys, y'all don't have a bloody clue how cool this room is in real life. I mean, it is neat. I don't know how he has done this, but over our marriage, basically, he got, one little thing here, one little thing there. And we went from having like this small little apartment in a little downtown area there out of Orlando. And just over the years, he went from having just a few crates of 45s to what we've got now. And his style is so eclectic, and he has the whole sci-fi thing going and the record collecting thing going. And between that, he's just a big nerd, and he absolutely adores these records. Just, I tell him in the future, I think one day somebody's going to be like, hey, this is a Bozz record after he's gone. And, somebody gets all of his records and sells them out. They're going to find these little 3x5 cards with his handwriting talking about what's going on with each track. I told him, I'm like, man, that's going to be like a sought after thing because it's been treated with loving care for the entire time that it was in his possession. And he looks at I think all of these records as little individual gems that he's taking care of and passing on to the next generation. Right now they're in his custody, and he's going to just keep doing it the best he can do to make sure they're taken care of. And I think probably all of you guys are probably trying to do the same thing with your records, or else why would you be spending your Thursday evening, hanging out with a couple of record nerds, right? I think we're all just into this stuff, and with the way life is and the world is today, it's just why not find something that's cool that you enjoy to make your lifestyle, right? That's kind of what he's done, and it's such a great life. He has his job, has his thing, but records are his heart. It's how he relaxes, listening to music and cleaning his records and making sure they're taken care of. And what else could you want? It's, I guess you could do 100 other types of things, but I think record collecting is a pretty cool thing. It's a pretty cool thing. Yeah. So let's see what you got, guys. You want to see it? Want me to give you a tour? Okay, I'll do it one day when he's at work. I'll come on and do a live. All right. All right. Cool. Sounds like a plan. Well, I don't know if he's going to come back on. So how about we call it a night? And I hope all of you guys have a great one. And we'll see you next time.
Okay, everybody. So I apologize. We had some technical difficulties. It seems my laptop decided that it wanted to. How do I get this turned off here? I guess this. Okay. So my laptop froze up in the middle of the broadcast and just went like tighter than a drum. I had to turn the whole laptop off and turn it back on. So not sure why I did that. It's never done that to me before on a live broadcast. So but I did want to apologize. I only got halfway through my stuff of radio broadcast stuff, so I may go ahead and have a second broadcast eventually, maybe next month, and show you the rest. But I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I appreciate Word Dog stopping by and Adrian stopping by. I appreciate Mrs. Bozz being here tonight, so that's gonna be it. And I'm gonna go ahead and say goodnight, and I appreciate it.